Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so let's start the session for today.
ഒരു കാര്യം ചോദിച്ചോട്ടെ, ഈ സോഫ്റ്റ് ലിങ്ക് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നമ്മള് ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഡിലീറ്റ് ആവും, അതായത് ഫയലില് ചേഞ്ച് വരുത്തിയാലും ചേഞ്ച് ആവും. എനിക്ക് ചെറിയ മനസ്സിലായിണ്ടായില്ല.
അതായത് ഇപ്പൊ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട്, ഇപ്പൊ വിൻഡോസിൽ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന എങ്ങനെയാന്ന് വെച്ചാല് ഒരു ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയൽ ഉണ്ടാവും അല്ലെ. അതില് എന്തുണ്ടാവും, നമ്മളിപ്പോ ഒരു ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത്, ഇപ്പൊ ഡെസ്ക്ടോപ്പിൽ ഒരു ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്തു.
അതായത് ഞാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത് നമ്മുടെ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് പോലത്തെ ആ ഫയല് ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്താലും ബാക്കിലുള്ള ഫയല്, അത് സോഴ്സ് ഫയല് പോയില്ലല്ലോ.
അതായത് ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്താലോ?
അതെ. അതായത് നമ്മൾ പോയിന്റ്
ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാല്, അതായത് പോയിന്റ് ചെയ്തതാണ് ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയലിനെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു നോർമൽ ഫയലിനെ നമ്മൾ പോയിന്റ് ചെയ്യാന്നുള്ളതാണല്ലോ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട്. ആദ്യമേ ആ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ഇല്ലല്ലോ, പക്ഷെ ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയൽ വിൽ വർക്ക്. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മൾ
F1 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ള ഫയലിന് ഇത് സോഫ്റ്റ് ലിങ്ക് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണേ, ഒരു H1 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. അതില് S1 അവിടെ തന്നെ നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. H1 ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ S1 ഇഷ്യൂ ഉണ്ടാവില്ലല്ലോ?
ഇല്ല, കാരണം നമ്മൾ ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന എന്താ, നമ്മൾ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് അല്ലേ ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നേ. ഓക്കെ, ഇൻ ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് പ്ലേസ് ഷോർട്ട് കട്ടിന്റെ ആവശ്യമേ ഒരു ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയലിന് എന്തില്ല. ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയൽ സ്റ്റാൻഡ് ചെയ്യണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ടിന്റെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. നമ്മുടെ ഒരു എളുപ്പത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അല്ലെ. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നമ്മൾ ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയലിന് എഫക്റ്റീവ് അല്ല. കാരണം നമ്മൾ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് എന്താ, നമ്മള് ആ ഒരു ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് മാത്രമേ ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളൂ, ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയൽ ഒരിക്കലും ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നേ ഇല്ല. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മൾ പാത്ത് എന്താണ് ഈ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ടിൽ കണ്ടെയ്ൻ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്, ഒരു പാത്ത് മാത്രം, അല്ലാണ്ട് അതിന്റെ കണ്ടന്റോ അല്ലാണ്ട് അതിന്റെ ആ ഒരു പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ എന്താ പറയണ്ട ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയലിനെ കണക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള വേറൊന്നുമില്ല. ഇവിടുന്ന് ഡിലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ഡിലീറ്റ് ആകുമ്പോൾ ഒറിജിനൽ ഫയൽ ഡിലീറ്റ് ആവില്ല.
അത് ജസ്റ്റ് ഫയൽ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യണ അങ്ങനെയുള്ള പർപ്പസ് മാത്രമാണോ?
ഫയൽ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് പേരെന്നെ അതല്ലേ, ഒരു ഷോർട്ട് വേയിൽ നമുക്ക് അത് റീച്ച് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു, അതിന്റെ പാത്ത് എവിടെയെങ്കിലും കൊണ്ടുപോയി സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ ഈ കാണുന്ന ഈ അപ്ലിക്കേഷൻസ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, ഈ എക്സൽ ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, ക്രോം ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, ഇതിന്റെയൊക്കെ ശരിക്കുള്ള സ്ഥലം എവിടെയാണ്? ഇത് നമ്മളിപ്പോ ഐക്കൺസ് ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ കാണുന്നു, പക്ഷെ ഇത് ആക്ച്വലി ഉള്ളത് സി ഡ്രൈവില്, പ്രോഗ്രാംസിൽ. എക്സാക്ട്ലി, അവിടെയാണ് ഉള്ളത്. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഐക്കൺസ് ആയിക്കാൻ തന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ എളുപ്പത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. കറക്റ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ഇതിപ്പോ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു, ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് റിമൂവ് ചെയ്തു എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചോ. ഓക്കെ, റിമൂവ് ചെയ്തെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഈ ടാസ്ക് ബാർ എന്ന് ഞാനങ്ങ് റിമൂവ് ചെയ്തു. മീനിങ് ദാറ്റ് ആ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഡിലീറ്റ് ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഇല്ല. അതന്നെ. അതേപോലെ ഇതൊരു ഷോർട്ട് കട്ട് ആണ്, ജസ്റ്റ് പാത്ത് മാത്രമേ അതിൽ ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. പാത്ത് ടു വിച്ച് വി ക്യാൻ ഗെറ്റ് ഇൻ ടു. ഓക്കെ, so let's start defining things. Okay. In a directory, I'll just talk about directory also. Okay. What did I do now? What is this command is gonna do?
Create a directory.
Make a directory, whether D1, D2, D3.
Yes. Okay. So can anybody see, when you look at D1, D2 and D3, can you see the number of links? 2, right? Okay. So, but by default, when you create a normal file, what will be the number of links? 1. Okay. So why this is 2? Okay. Why this is 2 and why? And this is actually going to change. Okay. Let me tell you what exactly. So this particular number doesn't have to do anything with hard link or soft link. Okay. So the hard link and soft link is only for normal files. not for directory files. Okay. So here, the number over here, whatever you see the number, no, it has nothing to do with any idling or anything. Which this is something that I'll discuss right now. Okay. Can anybody tell me what did I do?
D1 ന്റെ ഉള്ളില് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ
എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ
ഫയൽ
ആണോ? MKDIR
ഒരു ഡയറക്ടറി.
Directory. So D1 നെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം, when it comes to D1, who is a
child.
Okay. Now see this. Can anybody see any difference in D1 number of links?
3i.
3i. Okay. Now see this. MKDIR D1/B space D1/C. What did I do now?
Created 2 more child directory.
Inside?
D1.
D1. Now look at the number of links.
5.
So what's happening? Whenever you are creating child directory inside a directory, this number of links is going to change. Okay. Now see this. Okay, what did I do now?
Removing a directory from D1.
Okay. What happened to
4.
D1? It became 4. Okay. So basically, this number of links, what you see over here, is a link between parent and child. Okay. Just the paint option. Okay. Okay. So currently, we have a D1 directory. Correct? D1 has child. Correct? D1 has a child. For 1 second. D1. Okay, who is the parent of D1, everybody?
Root.
D1 in the parent.
Easy to use.
Easy to use. Okay. Okay. So what's the relationship between EC2 user and D1?
EC2 user, D1 the parent user.
D1 the parents. What's the relationship between D1 and A, B, and C?
D1 A1 a child directory. A1 B1 C1 D1.
A B C is a child directory of D1, correct? Okay. Let me create. Okay, right? Okay. Now, look at the number of links. It is 5, right? Okay, it is 5 for D1, correct? Let me explain you these 5 numbers, okay? The very first link is, obviously, whenever you create a normal file or a directory, it will have a self link for sure, because it is actually defining its own existence, correct? Okay, so there is always a self link. Okay, so you can say this is parent, this is child. Okay, okay, so there is a self link, everybody. So whenever you're performing cd dot is going to the current directory itself, right? Okay. Now, by default, you know that any directory will have a link to its parent directory. Okay. So a self link will be there and a parent link will also be there by default. That is why whenever you create a directory, you can see two there. So whenever we are performing cd dot, where it is going, it's going to the current directory. Whenever you're performing cd double dot, where it is going, it's going to parent directory. So there should be some links, okay, in order to go to parent directory, right? In order to go to current directory. Okay, so by default, there will be these links. That is why you can see two over there whenever you create a directory. Okay, fine. Now, the number that you see over here is 5, right? Okay, now you know about the default 2. Now, what about the extra 3? Right, total 5. What about the extra 3? Whenever you create a child directory, that particular directory will have a connection to that as well. So 1, 2, and 3. So total how many connections? 5, right? Okay, see this. Now what I'm going to do is, under C directory, I will create another directory known as, let's say anything like, let's say AWS. Okay, I'm going to create a directory known as AWS inside C. Okay. So how can I do that? Can you tell me the command to do that? Inside C, I want to create a directory known as AWS from here, from the EC2 user directory. Can you tell me how can I do that? Use absolute path, guys.
File directory?
Directory. Inside C, I want to create a directory known as AWS.
mkdir slash.
mkdir C le create in. So where is C?
D1 slash
D1. Yeah, D1 slash
C1.
C slash C1 alla C slash
New file name.
the file name AWS. Right. Okay. So see this. It got created. Create IO.
Yes.
Yes. Now let me go and check the number of links of my D1 directory. Okay, but it is still 5. It is still 5. Do you think why it is still 5? Why it is not 6? Can you tell me the difference? When it comes to D1, who is the AWS?
Child of C.
Child of C.
Child of
C.
Child of
C
C.
will be having
Meaning?
D1's grandchild.
Grandchild, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Grandchild. So if you create grandchild, then the number of links is not going to affect.
Yeah,
when it is going to affect, okay, let me just create one thing, okay, D1 slash D. Okay, what did I do now? Did I created a grandchild or a direct child?
Direct child.
Direct child. What happened to the number of links?
Added at 6i.
6i. So what's happening here? If you created a grandchild, yeah.
Parent childന് മാത്രമാണ് വീണ്ടും ഒരു ലൂപ്പ് വരുന്നുണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ ബാക്കിയുള്ളതിനുള്ള.
Exactly, the direct child. So whenever you create multiple direct childs, that where, okay, that exactly when the number of link is going to increase. Not for sub child, okay, or your grandchild. Direct child. Okay. Now, can anybody tell me by looking at this? By looking at this, C is the parent, right? Parent of AWS. If I go and check the number of links of C, how much it will be?
2.
2 ആയിരിക്കോ?
അല്ല 1 തന്നെയാവും.
1 ആയിരിക്കോ?
2, ma'am. Its own link and another is the child link.
Is it 2? You sure?
Yeah.
By default, how many links
Six
will be there?
Yeah, 1.
Only 1 will be there by default. Whenever you create a
അതല്ല,
directory.
ഈ സിക്ക് ഒരു പാരന്റ് ഡയറക്ടറി ഇല്ലേ, അപ്പൊ
Yeah.
അത് കാരണം ഒരെണ്ണല്ല എടുത്തത്.
4 or?
അതല്ല, സിക്ക് ഓൾറെഡി ഒരു പാരന്റ് D1 ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, D1 ഓൾറെഡി 2 ഉണ്ടാവും, പിന്നെ വരുന്ന ചൈൽഡുകൾക്ക് ഒരെണ്ണല്ലേ വരുള്ളൂ, അങ്ങനെയല്ലേ?
No, I'm asking about C. Let's consider C as a directory. Okay. Now C has a child known as AWS. Okay. Now when I go and check the number of links of C, how many links will be there?
I guess 2, ma'am.
3 ആണോ?
3. Okay. Why did you come up with 3?
Like C D1 EC2 user.
C
D1 EC2 user.
C D1 EC2 user. അങ്ങനെയാണോ?
അല്ല, D1 2 സിക്ക് ഒരെണ്ണം, അപ്പൊ 3 ആയിരുന്നു.
അങ്ങനെയല്ല. 3 ആണ്. 3 is a correct answer.
ഓക്കെ, സി പാരന്റ് ആയ കാരണം അതിന് 2 പിന്നെ AWSന്റെ ഒരെണ്ണം.
Parent ആയ കാരണം. Okay. Yeah. Almost there. Okay. See, look at this particular example. Okay. Look at here. So C, look at this C. Okay. Particularly look at this C. C has, by default, C will have a self link. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A link, a default. This is not coming. Okay. So by default, C will have a self link. Correct? And will C have a direct link with its parent? Yes or no?
Yes, I think.
Yes. Everybody will have, right? Okay. Now C has a child directory, a direct child. So how many links?
3.
3.
3, right? Okay. You need to understand one point. By default, if you create a directory, so randomly I'm creating a directory, okay? Let's say Azure. Check the Azure directory. What is the number of link?
2.
2. What are those 2?
സെൽഫ് ലിങ്കും പിന്നെ
Self link EC2 user.
One is self link and another is parent link. Okay. One is self link, another is parent link. That's why you can see whenever you create a directory, there will be default 2. And it will always be 2 plus. Okay. 2 or 2 plus. Okay. So if a 2 will be there for sure, then how this is adding, how it is increasing, based on what it is increasing the number of link? Based on? Child. Exactly. Based on child. Okay. Let's give you an example. A directory has 11 child. And if I go and check the number of links of that particular directory, how much I can see?
13 ആണോ?
13, obviously, because 2 is the one that is defaultly, it is there with us. Okay, and 11 is the child. So 11 plus 2, 13. What about 99 childs?
101.
101. Got it? Got the logic? Okay, but if you have grandchild, is it counted?
No.
No. Okay, so let me ask you this question. Let's say I have 55 child, okay, and 23 subchild. How many number of links my directory will have? 57. Okay, so they don't care about whether you have 23 subchild. They care about how many child you have, plus the default link that you have. Clear, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, fine. There is one more thing that I want to show you, but I will show you after user creation. Okay, user and group management. After that, I will show you how exactly this permission on directory and normal file is working exactly. Okay, what do you mean by execute on a file? What do you mean by execute on a directory? Okay, how exactly this is differing, I'll tell you. But let me get into the user creation and group management. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, 1 second. Okay, fine. Just minus L. Okay, so you need to understand one point that when it comes to directory, it's not about hard link. Okay, it's about you know right now. Okay, it's not at all talking about hard link. But when it comes to a normal file, it's talking about what? Hard link. Okay, so please be careful with that. Okay, and also, can you create a soft link for a directory? Yes, of course. Okay, the same way you created for your what do you call it as normal file. Okay, so it's a shortcut, same method. Okay, let me just create it for you.
Soft link SL. Hyphen S.
ln hyphen s.
Okay.
Okay, so what did I do now? I created a soft link for what? For Azure. Okay, so Azure is a folder, or you can say directory, right? Okay, so it's a directory. So I created, just like you create the shortcut in Windows, same situation. Here you perform commands, that's it. Okay, fine, clear, right? Okay, so because Softlink, you people know that Softlink doesn't have anything to do with these numbers. Softlink doesn't come this picture only. But when it comes to normal files, hard links comes into picture. When it comes to directories, it's nothing has to do with any kind of links. Okay, meaning that soft link or hard link. It's all about parent, self, and child. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay. Okay, let us create users. Okay, the very first command that I'm going to show you is how to create a user. Okay, so the command to create a user is, do you remember what is sudo su is doing? What is sudo su is doing?
Super user.
Super user. If you want to, yes. Currently, which user you working as?
EC2 user.
EC2 user. EC2 user is a normal user or admin user?
Normal user.
Normal user. So when a normal user wants to switch it to super user, we use a command known as sudo su. Okay, sudo stands for super user do. Su stands for switch user. Okay. See, you successfully switched it. If you want to come out, you can do this. Now let's say I'm going to perform a command known as yum install something. Okay, I'm just performing something. Yum install tree. Because you people know, right? Like the tree command we have actually installed. So when you're performing yum install tree -y, I don't know whether I've discussed this, but I'm discussing it again. You're going to get an error saying that this command has to be run with super user privileges. Meaning either you should switch it to a root user or you should have administrator privileges. Meaning when you go to your Windows, do you have an option known as run as administrator? Okay, you might be logged in as a normal user, but there is an option known as run as administrator, even though you are a normal user. Okay, so that actually can be given. That particular permission can be given. So for EC2 user, there is a permission for it. Okay, so here what happens is you're not switching it to that particular administrator. Instead, without switching, you are acting like that you are a master user or super user and you're running that command. For that, what we can do? The same command, along with the same command, we will perform a command known as sudo before it. Okay, so if you perform sudo yum install tree -y, okay, then this is going to work. Why? Because you are acting as, you are running this command as administrator. For that, you need sudo before it. Okay, so here it is telling that package tree is already installed. So there is nothing to do. Okay, so this is not an error. This is the output actually. Or what you can do, another thing what you can do is first switch to the root user, then perform command. Okay, so if you're already a root user, then why need to perform sudo? No need, right? See? Have you understood that point? So run as an administrator is different. Switching to the root user is different. And doing the command is different. Okay, is that understood?
Yeah.
Sarah? Yeah, clear?
ഇതില് sudo എന്ന് കൊടുക്കുമ്പോ അത് current present userനെ privilege കൊടുക്കുന്നതല്ലേ sudo എന്ന് കൊടുക്കുമ്പോ?
Yes, that run as administrator privilege is there, right? Same.
Okay. അതില് sudo su എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ super user ആയിട്ട് പിന്നെ install
Switch ചെയ്യുന്നു.
Okay.
See, what you do in Windows, if you want to, let's say you have administrator user and you have multiple other user also. Okay, let's call it as ABC. So if you want to log in as administrator, what you do? First, you will sign out from your user, correct? That's what you do, no? First, you sign out from your user and you log into the administrator user. That's what you do in Windows. But here, there is a command, sudo su. So if you perform that, then you will be able to switch to root user. So you don't need to do that log out and log off things.
അതല്ല അപ്പൊ ഈ റൂട്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്നതല്ലേ ശരിക്കും അഡ്മിനുമായിട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവുക?
Yes.
അപ്പൊ റൂട്ടിലേക്കാണോ നമ്മള് sudo എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് സ്വിച്ച് ചെയ്യുമ്പോ റൂട്ടിലേക്കാണോ പോകുന്നത്?
Yes. Sudo su എന്ന് perform ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് we are going to root. Can you see that?
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, it's going to root. Okay, but let's say you don't want to go to root. Okay, you want to perform a command by being a CC2 user itself, but you want an administrator access. At that time, what you will use? You will use sudo yum install tree-y. Okay, so you got when you're performing sudo along with it, you're acting as you have administrator privileges. So if EC2 user has administrator privileges, yes, of course, this command will work. Okay, that is also choosable. Like let's say Ajmal is there, Midul is there. I want to give Ajmal an administrator access. Okay, so that he can use the sudo command. But for Midul, I'm not giving. Okay, so that even though if he perform his command, sudo along with sudo, he'll not be able to. Okay, so I can decide to whom I should give the sudo command to use. Okay, that and all we'll see. How can you add a user to the privileges and all? We will see. However, sorry. Okay, so the command to create a user is sudo user mod. Okay, user mod and username what we will give. Let's say Apple.
The user modify.
No, user mod only.
User add hello. User add.
Sorry.
അല്ല ഇത്
user add. User mod is different, sir. Okay, so user add Apple. So what's happening here is you are creating a new user. So currently what is the user that you have is an administrator user and a default user, which is EC2 user. This is how you log in, correct? Now you need additional users. So you create a new user known as Apple. So this has got created. So how do you check this particular Apple is created? So we have a particular file for it. Okay, so you can use this. Okay, so this is a file which is parsewd. I can just show you. Wait, how can I go to root directory, everybody?
Su
Root
space hyphen.
Sorry.
Su hyphen space hyphen.
Su space hyphen. Root directory.
Okay, sudo
cd.
Okay, so, okay.
Root directory.
cd slash.
Okay. Now when I'm performing ls command, When I'm performing ls command, there is a directory known as etc. How can I go there?
CD.
CD,
etc.
etc. Now inside etc there is a file known as passwd. I think you can find it somewhere here. See, I want to open this. How can I open this?
cd pass wd.
Sorry?
cd pass wd.
No. This is a file, not a directory.
Then
Cat.
Cat passwd, correct? Okay. So I have done these all commands in order to open this file. Okay. Can you tell me how can I go to EC2 user again? Simple method.
CD.
മറ്റേ
വെറും CD.
ഷിഫ്റ്റിന്റെ ഇപ്പുറത്തുള്ള സിമ്പിൾ
tilt simple. Tilde tilt symbol or negation symbol. Okay. So CD negation will take you to EC2 user directory. Okay.
Just CD അമർത്തിയാലും ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്താലും അങ്ങനെ തന്നെ പോളൂ.
CD click ചെയ്താലാ?
ലൈക്ക് നമ്മൾ CD ടിൽറ്റ് ചെയ്തില്ലേ? അതിന് പകരം ജസ്റ്റ് CD ചെയ്താലും EC2 യൂസറിലല്ലേ പോവാ?
ജസ്റ്റ് CD ചെയ്താലോ? I meant to say like this. Okay. Okay. Now what I'll do is say, okay. Now from here, we went to root directory. We went to etc. We went to passwd and so that, right? If I want to do the same thing, okay, in a single command, okay, what did I do? I went to root directory, I went to etc and I opened the file known as passwd. But I want to do that from here. How do I do? I actually showed you the command before.
Cat etc password.
Cat /etc
passwd.
Right? Exactly. So you can actually open that file because you are not going there by default by performing multiple commands. You're just opening it from here. Okay. From the EC2 user directory. See this. Can you see Apple is got created? Then we have EC2 user before. And this is all created by multiple services. You don't have to look at it right now. Yeah, but you are at the first you can see root also. Can you see? These are all users. Okay, this is all application users, service users. See, this is what you can see, the new user that is got created. Okay, so how do we create a user? User add and the username. Okay, how do you check it? /etc/passwd. Okay, right? Same way, how do you delete it? User del. Okay, just only del that you're changing. There it was add, now it is delete. Let's say you want to delete a user. So you delete it like this. How do you check whether it is got deleted? Check from passwd file. Orange is got deleted. Okay, so sudo user add, sudo user del, and syntax, please write it down. Okay, so sudo user del space username. Sudo user add space username. How do you check it? Cat /etc/passwd. Okay. Clear till here?
Okay.
Okay, now we know how to add and delete the user. Okay, now how do we switch to that user? So first let us set up a password, okay? So how do you set up a password for a user? So sudo passwd and the username that you want to set up a password for, which is Apple. So I want to set up a password for Apple. Okay, so what is the password I'm going to set up? Let's say something like, okay, so I created a password. Now, after creating a password, I'm going to switch. How do I switch? SU Apple. Okay, I'm trying to switch. Okay, SU stands for switch user, right? So I'm trying to switch it to Apple. Of course, it's going to ask me a password. So 1, 2, 3, 5. So can you see I have switched it to Apple?
Yes.
Yes. Can you able to see we have switched to Apple. Okay. Same like that. I'm exiting from it. Sudo user add orange. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. We created it. So I created a new user known as Orange. Okay. And I'm going to switch it to user. Sorry, I'm going to set up a password for it. So sudo passwd orange. And let's give some password. Okay, now I'm going to switch. So SU orange enter is asking me password. Now what's the password? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Don't worry about it. I have just deleted a file. That's why it got wrong. Fine. Now you know how to create a user, how to delete a user, how to set up a password for a user, and how to switch to it. Is it clear now? Yes?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Yeah.
I switched to the user Apple, but I cannot come back to the EC2 user.
Perform exit.
Exit?
Exit. EXIT.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm back.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Because by default, when you create a new user, no, the new user will not be having any administrative privileges to come back or to switch or anything. We have to give them manually, and we have not set up any password for EC2 user as well. Okay. Fine. There is one more thing I'll be showing it to you. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now, when you're performing SU, okay, and let's say Apple, you're switching to Apple user and they're asking password, right? Okay. Now see what I'm doing. Sudo SU Apple. Okay. Is there are they asking any password right now? Do you think why? What's the difference between before command and after command?
Because you are using sudo.
Sudo. So what is
Higher
sudo?
priority command.
Super user.
Super user. So we are running this particular command as a administrator. So when administrator is performing any command, it doesn't need any password, doesn't need any authorization. Okay. So without the password, I can actually switch it to Apple. Okay. Now also, okay, what is sudo su is going to do, everybody?
Switch to root.
Switch to root. Okay. Now I am in root directory. Now I want to switch my user into Orange. Okay, see this. SU Orange. I am performing SU Orange from root. Is there any password required?
No.
No, right? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So whenever you're performing let's say you logged in as super user and you're performing to switch it to user, any user that you want, it doesn't require any extra password or anything of that sort. If you're performing as a normal user at that time, you require password. But if you want to bypass the password, then use sudo for it. Okay, but see this. So what is this guy is going to do? The user, which user you're working as currently?
Orange.
Orange. So Orange is trying to perform what? A sudo command, which is sudo su, which is actually used for switching into the root user. Okay, but is there any kind of like, okay, let me just give a password for it. What is exactly it is showing? Are they able to switch to a root user? What are they saying? They're saying that Orange is not in the sudo is file. Okay, so they are not in part of administrator privileges. Only EC2 user is having at the moment. Okay, so currently by default, the user that you create will not be able to perform sudo, because sudo is not that like, simple command. It has to do, it has, you can perform this particular command with really impactful commands, right? So we will be deciding whom to give what. Okay, so by default for additional users, there is no sudo, but you can add it. Okay, we'll discuss that. We'll come to that. Fine, this is clear, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Next. Now let's talk about user ownership. So I told you the fourth attribute of your file permission or file attribute is actually user ownership. Okay. So currently Azure is having an ownership of EC2 user. Let's say I want to change it. I want to give, so EC2 user is a user, right? User ownership. So what is the user permission on Azure, everybody? Look at the file permission and tell me.
All permission for user.
All permission. Okay, now see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to change it. What is the command to change it? The command to change is CHOWN. Okay, CHOWN, change ownership of the file. Okay, so, okay, fine. I will change the ownership of the file. So they are going to ask, what is the user in which you want to change the user ownership of? And what is the file name? This is a syntax. CHOWN, username, and the file name. Okay, so I'm going to say currently I want to change the file ownership of Azure. Currently the Azure has user ownership on EC2 user. Let's say I want to give Apple, because we have a user known as Apple, right? Okay, Apple. For which file? Azure file. So what am I doing? I am changing the ownership of Azure file to Apple from EC2 user. Enter. So look at this. Okay. Now Apple has full permission on Azure, right? Read, write, and execute. Correct? So Apple user has full permission on Azure. Understood? In this way, I can change. Can I change it again? Yes. CHOWN. Let's say I want to change it to orange for the same. Okay. So what's happening? I have changed it from Apple to orange. Okay. Can you do that for any file? Yes, you can do that for any file. So sudo CHOWN root XYZ. So can anybody tell me what am I doing here? Sudo CHWN root XYZ. What exactly that means? What is the current permission of XYZ? Like what current owner of XYZ?
EC2 user. Ippo root aki.
Ippo root aki. So if I do ls minus l, I can see root over here, correct? Second. Okay, fine. So in this way, you can change the file ownership of a file. Okay, that's also clear, right? Everyone?
Okay.
Okay. Now, we are going to get into group ownership. Okay. So I think I have already discussed regarding a user, group, and others. Okay, you already got a clarity of it, right? Okay. There is one thing you need to understand. Okay. Whenever you create a user, automatically, okay, automatically, if you go to the home, okay, if you just go to the home directory, can you see automatically this has got created? Apple is got created, Kiwi is got created, and Orange is got created. Is it users? This is directories, but isn't the same name as our user, right? Okay, let me show you. See, sudo user add. Give me a name like onion. What did I do? User add. Okay. Am I performing mkdir? No. I'm performing user add. Okay. So what's happening? What happened?
പുതിയ user add ആയി.
User, okay, user is got added. But in the home directory, can you see?
Okay.
Can you see what?
Onion എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു user add ആയി, പുതിയ user.
Yeah, user add ആയി. But in home directory, this is a user?
Yes. അല്ല, onion എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ folder.
Yes, it's a user directory, right? Yeah, it's a user directory. Okay, look at this. Look at the permission also. What can you see from the permission? What do you understand from the permission, everybody? Anything?
യൂസറിനല്ല പെർമിഷൻ ഉണ്ട്, ബാക്കി ആർക്കും പെർമിഷൻ ഇല്ല.
So whenever you're creating a user, any user, Apple, Orange, Kiwi, any user, automatically a user directory is going to get created. Where? In the home. Okay, the home directory, automatically a user directory will get created. And look at the permission. The permission is only restricted to the user itself, right? The RWX is provided to only user, only to the specific user. So you look at Apple. When you look at Apple, the permission is 700. Okay, meaning that the read, write, execute permission is only belongs to Apple. Correct. Now look at Kiwi. Okay, what's the permission? Read, write 700, and it belongs to only Kiwi. So they'll be able to access themselves. They'll be able to access their directory themselves. Not any other directory can access it, or not any other user can access it. It is restricted.
അപ്പോ ഇൻ കേസ് ഇവിടെ പുതിയൊരു ഡയറക്ടറി ആയിട്ട് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ അത് പുതിയ യൂസർ ആയിട്ട് വരും ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്കലി?
ഇല്ല. Whenever you create a directory, a user directory is getting created in the home. Okay, because see, whenever you're performing CD negation, it is taking you to the user directory, right? So there is a link that they have given over there. Okay, so automatically user directory. So I think you people might have seen whenever you create a user also, there is a directory for that user is getting created, right? In Windows.
Yes.
Yeah. So that it will belongs to, it will belongs to that guy. So that guy can store everything inside that, whatever the folder name is, right? Same thing. Okay. Not only that. Okay. Whenever you create a user, I told you user directory is getting created, correct? Along with that, a group is also getting created. Okay, a group is also getting created. So like just like what is the command for seeing the user list, everybody? If I want to see the user list, how can I see that?
ls minus
Allala, user list.
Cat etc
cat
pass wd
/ etc. Yeah. So here you can see the user list, correct? Just like you see the user list, okay, we can see group list also. Okay, the group list is actually /etc/ Okay, can you see that? So this is group list. But did we create any group yet? We have not created any group yet. We have not performed the command also for creating group. But there is Apple, there is Kiwi, there is Orange, there is Onion. Automatically got created. Okay, so this is getting created when? When you're creating a user. Okay, so whenever you're creating a user, remember, a user directory is getting created. Where? In the home directory. Also, a group is also getting created. Where? Like in the list, if you can see, you can see that over here. Onion, whenever you're creating Onion user, Onion group is also getting created in the same name. Okay, so how to create an, let's say, okay, you already have group. Okay, now you want to create an external group. Okay, how to create it? And let's say you have group right now, Onion. Is there any member inside Onion right now? No. Okay, there is no user, there is no member inside Onion. There is no member inside Orange. By default, you will be there. Let's say if you create a WhatsApp group. Okay, and you only, if you create a self WhatsApp group, who will be the member of that group? Only you, right? Okay, until or unless you add a member to it, there will not be any external person, correct? Okay, I will show you in the next session. I will show you how can you create a group externally? How can you add members to the group? How can you remove members to the group? And I'll discuss how can you change the group ownership. Okay, and if we discuss this, then I will be able to show you the permissions based on how exactly that is working. Okay.
Externally
clear,
എന്ന്
right?
പറയുമ്പോൾ
എന്താ?
externally group create ചെയ്യാന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലായല്ലോ.
Okay, externally in the sense, currently the onion is a group that has got created. Okay, did I create onion? What did I create? Did I create onion group today?
User create.
Yes, I created only user, right? Yes, I created only user. And this got created automatically. Okay, now let's say I want to create a group known as ABCD. Okay, so can I create it externally without creating user? Yes, absolutely, you can. That's what I'm meaning by externally creating a group. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
like group add അല്ലേ?
Yes, group add. Yeah,
Okay.
group add. Okay, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So till here, people can, yeah, is anybody saying something? Okay, so till here you practice it. Okay, that switching to the user and creating password, adding, deleting, you can practice until here. Okay, and we will discuss the remaining things in the next session. Fine? Is it confusing?
No.
No, okay.
Okay.
Okay, then a few more session we'll be having for Linux, and we will we'll have to start AWS quickly. Probably like 2 to 3 sessions. That's it. We will move on to AWS services. Okay, fine. Okay then, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, bye.